C to the K to the B, it's the way. C to the K to the B every day. C to the K to the B, I'll still soon hop on. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon, yeah, cause we're going to the moon.
Hello, thank you for tuning into our show. My name is Albert and he's Telmo. Together we are here to talk about projects across the blockchains and Web3 and learn more about the individuals behind these projects.
True that. And if you enjoy the content and if you enjoy what we're doing here today, don't get shy and just smash that like button and that subscribe button, so that we can get a little bit more visibility. Okay, cool. So today we have with us William. William is a long time supporter of the Nervos Network, isn't that right, William?
That's right.
Yeah.
I started researching it before the mainnet was live, so I was considered relatively early compared to most community members.
When was it the first time that you heard about Nervos, and how did you got into being a supporter of Nervos?
Well, it feels like it's just gone in like an instant, like a flash. Like the last 8 years of my life has just flown by. But I think like basically back in 2017, I started looking into crypto and I got obsessed with it, so much so that I dropped everything that I was doing and just consumed crypto and blockchain knowledge 24/7 for like months and months, and then months became years. And then eventually in 2018, I was on this path of studying crypto economics, which is just like balancing the computer science security of distributed systems using game theory and sustainability, of course. And it was this big burgeoning question of how do we scale a blockchain while it stays secure and sustainable in the long run. And I was reading a GitHub repo called Awesome Crypto Economics. It's still up. And at the bottom was the Nervos white paper. So in 2018, I read that and I became so obsessed with it that I immediately went onto their Reddit and just started basically complaining that no one knows about this genius idea. I said, this is like the next Ethereum. How is no one talking about this? And then Luis, who was in marketing at the time, I think he was moderating. He reached out to me and said, like, how do you want to help? And I've been an ambassador and an admin and community mod.
So you were a part of the original ambassador program.
Yeah, more or less, in a loose sense. It's like nothing. I don't think it was ever written on paper that I was an ambassador, because what happened is I took initiative and I sort of carved my own path. And what happened was we had Nervos Network Telegram group, which was controlled by the foundation, and that meant that the foundation had to set their own rules. And one of the biggest rules, for example, was you can't talk about price, because that would threaten it to be like in contention with security laws. So what I did was I made a community called like the Nervos community that was run and owned by community people, so we could talk about whatever we wanted. So it was like the unfiltered version of the Nervos community, where people could really speak their minds, and we would just share memes. And like some of the first members were people like Matt, who's like the CEO now, right? He was like one of the first people I invited to that. And then that blossomed, and eventually I just ran into personal life issues that made me have to like hand off the reins to someone else. So I just gave control of the chat to someone else, and eventually they just scrapped it and rebooted it and created Nervos Nation.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So so we're talking about you created this community for Nervos, which eventually ended up being scrapped, as you just said, and being
Morph
turned
into
and
what
morphed.
we have
Yeah,
now. Yes.
morphed
Yeah, it
into
was
the
like
nervous system.
sort of
Cool.
like a life cycle of like the phoenix. You know, it
Yeah,
dies
yeah,
and
yeah.
then it rebirths. So
Yeah.
An
It's
evolution,
like
natural
it's
evolution.
like a progression of the community, right? Yeah. So which is good.
the reason that I gave the control of the community and the direction and everything, I said like I give up, like I can't do this right now. So I messaged I think it was Matt, and I just said like hire Crooked as the community manager, because our plan was always to like do a community takeover of Nervos, not like overthrowing the company or anything, but I mean like in the sense that organic community marketing like
Mm.
happens on its own,
Yeah, yeah.
out of someone taking the risk. So I just gave them the reins, and it's been going great ever since.
William, can we shift a little bit? Can we learn a little bit more about yourself? Like, who you are and what is your background? Like, maybe
Sure.
share a little bit.
Yeah. So I went to school, but I dropped out um, eh, for economics. So I was interested in economics at the time when I discovered crypto, but my interest was not in traditional economics. It was in crypto economics, and there was no school, there was no blockchain economics course at the time. It didn't exist. So what I had to do was search like far and wide for education. So I self-educated for a while. I took some courses on Coursera about Bitcoin and blockchain, and then eventually I audited the master's degree for digital currencies at the University of Nicosia, which was the first master's degree for digital currencies in existence. And that was run by Andreas Antonopoulos, who was a public speaker, a very famous public speaker back in 2016, 2017 for Bitcoin. So that's where I learned a lot of my crypto knowledge. I learned it from the OGs, and I ventured out in the space. I got into DeFi eventually because I liked the concept of open, transparent, like public goods as financial systems, because when you make things transparent, it reduces information asymmetry, which actually helps the game theory of like people cooperating and not screwing each other over. Because like when there's information asymmetry, you have things such as adverse selection. So I guess what I'm getting at is that I got into DeFi because it was like revamping finance in a positive sum way, where like everyone wins and no one's getting screwed over. So I just got obsessed with DeFi, and then I ventured into stable coins for a while because I figured that like stability is an important aspect. Like Bitcoin works, it's not broken, but it's not efficient because it's a volatile asset. So stable coins emerged, and I started studying the architecture of stable coins, and I got deep into that. Oracles, market making. I'm just a crypto game theory nerd who just has been consuming information about crypto for 8 years, and I'm here to make this new project, Nervos University, which is just me saying, look, I think I have some of like the best alpha when it comes to like learning about crypto, and I'm here to offer it to people.
What would you say that sets the Nervos University project apart from other blockchain learning platforms?
I honestly, I
Yeah.
could say a lot of things, but the truth is what sets it apart is the fact that I'm building it, because I have a unique perspective on how like economic systems should be designed, and I'm trying to guide people into the right way of thinking by making them smart enough to know when they're wrong about stuff.
Okay.
So like so that they can see when a blockchain is lying about its scalability, because it's like it's not mentioning like the overhead that comes from like gossiping and the extra fees that occur
Okay.
from that. So it's like I'm trying to give people like the clearest, purest. I'm just trying to give people education that passes the purity test of like actually hard science for blockchain technology. And
So,
Nervos is that, because
okay.
Nervos is a heavily studied solution to this trilemma.
So who do you think you're trying to target in terms of for the Nervos University? Who are your target audience? And is this for somebody brand new to the crypto space, or you're looking for more developers?
So initially, it's going to have two paths. One for someone who just wants a very solid, very hard understanding of crypto, and the other path is someone who wants to learn to code. And that's why we hired a developer from NYU, so he can help, and he's working with Jordan and other developers from Nervos to like build a course that actually like teaches people how to utilize Nervos, so that we can get people to start using it once people understand. And he pointed it out. His name's Michael, but he pointed out, he's like, some of these documents are kind of confusing. So it's like, how are we going to get adoption if people can't understand the documents?
Okay, so what are you offering me, or what can I expect in terms of curriculum for somebody who just like come and wants to join your university?
Right.
What can I expect?
You can expect to understand the fundamentals of blockchain and the unfiltered truth about how scaling works and interoperability. You'll be able to understand it better than 99% of the people currently existing in crypto. That's what I have to offer. And on top of that, I have a lot of networks within crypto. So once you actually go through the course, I will literally help you find employment.
Nice. That's a wonderful.
Yeah.
So what is this structure? That is it like an online, like 5 days a week or 3 times a week? How do you structure this?
Yeah,
Or
it's
is it
basically going to be
personalized?
like, it's going to be as personalized as you can really get. It will be like structured for a few days a week. I'm still like, we're still in development, so we're still fleshing it out. So we're thinking like 3 or 5 days a week for 5 to 8 weeks. And it would be obviously longer for the people trying to learn to code on Nervos, of course. But just the fundamentals of blockchain path should only be like 8 weeks maximum. And yeah.
What is the tuition, the cost involved? Have you come up with that?
We haven't come up with it because I don't know how to value this, because I think it's priceless. You know what I mean? It's like, I want to make it free.
Okay.
Like because I'm an advocate of open source information and making stuff free, but yeah, that's not sustainable.
Correct.
I won't be able to pay my bills if I make it free.
Yes.
So I'm trying to make it as cheap as possible, but not too. Yeah, you know what I mean. So like, I think like overall, all said and done, it could be like, I'm still negotiating it with my team and with my own thoughts, but like, I'm thinking like $100 a week for 8 weeks or something, maybe. But it's gonna start small. Like, we were talking with World 3, like the metaverse company, about doing like an in metaverse institution for Nervos that people could attend in the metaverse and see my lectures, like in the metaverse.
Cool. Yeah. That's
so
cool.
It has to start small. I was gonna just do a whitelist at first and give it out to everyone, but now I'm thinking we have to do a proof of concept. So we're gonna start with 50 people who have to apply.
Okay.
Because this World 3 group, they're partnered with Nervos, so we can talk to them, but they have about like 200,000 members. So we can just get like the 50 best of them and
Mhm.
do the proof of concept.
That's
So it's like
interesting.
I'm just trying to create like the Harvard of blockchain. I know it sounds crazy, but that's really the pitch.
Yeah, well, free is always great, but like it's not sustainable, like you
Yeah.
said. You got to have some kind of balance because your
Right.
time is not free. Your other instructors cannot also work for free. Not
Right.
like I hope that one day you would have like a pricing
Well, I'll put it
come
this way:
out.
you could definitely audit the course for free, but you won't get the certification.
That is cool. That is cool. So, okay, that's I like it. Telmo, what do you think?
Definitely, I'm really looking forward to see the thing live so that I can audit it for free. I'm not a coder myself, but I'm always up for some extra knowledge. Okay, cool. So tell me one thing, Will. How do you ensure that this content remains up to date with the developments?
Basically, I'll be updating it on the go. There's the fundamentals which just don't change, right? With Nervos, we determine that there's trade-offs between security, scalability, and decentralization, and that's a trilemma, and you can't literally like solve the trilemma. All you can do is like sidestep it.
Okay.
And that's what Nervos did. It solved the trilemma through a layered approach.
Yeah.
So some things don't change, but some things do, obviously. If there's a new innovation, if there's a new type of like cryptographic primitive that people are like really interested in for scaling or roll-ups or something, we'll add it to the curriculum. So I'll keep adding courses when something becomes relevant.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
makes sense.
yeah.
That makes perfect sense, definitely. So, will you have any, let's say, type of support for those who, let's say, need some extra help?
Yeah, we already so we have the developer on our team, and then we're cooperating with Jordan, who's like the lead of dev operations.
Cool.
And they're just a very open, and they're very generous with assisting people, right? You come in with a question, they'll answer it. So we already have that covered, basically.
With that said, will you take this Nervos University, maybe have it become an actual accredited program through the state education department, where maybe at the end the student or whoever joined would get some kind of a certificate or recognition, right,
Yeah.
by the state? Is that something possible, or is that in the works?
Yeah, it's absolutely possible, and it's the end goal, right?
Okay.
I'm starting off just saying like, okay, I'm going to teach people about crypto based on my experience and based on the proofs that I've read and analyzed. But in the end, I'm trying to find out how to make it an accredited course so people can actually put it on their resumes and get respect for it.
Yeah, because as I know, states of Massachusetts, you just cannot offer educational program out of the blue, right? And collect monies for it, right? You need to be, like apply and be recognized.
Yeah. So that's the end goal. But we're just gonna do a proof of concept where it's like you're just paying for like a membership club.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay. Then hard question here. So what is realistically, when are you looking to launch?
Realistically, I'm looking to launch the MVP, which is going to be the fundamentals course. The actual coding course is going to take longer.
Okay.
But the proof of concept will be about the fundamentals and like showing people that, yeah, we can build a community and a club that's like focused on just learning and seeking the truth and trying to make money, because that's what everything is all about. So I'm just trying.
So you're thinking this summer? This summer you're gonna learn?
I'm thinking
August.
That? We're aiming for
That's
August.
Cool.
Yeah. To make a long story short, yeah.
Yeah. So and then you like go back that you're trying to collaborate with World 3 members for this first, right? Is that the
Yeah,
proof of
they were
concept?
so.
Yeah.
It was so nice talking to them. They seemed like very interested in it. They're very enthusiastic. So
Yeah,
I
they
just
seem really cool. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm just gonna follow up this week, and we'll see what happens. But it's exciting. It was
Yeah.
kind of
Yes.
like
Yes.
it came out of nowhere, right? I was just doing this, and then we suddenly started getting like collaboration offers from people.
That's awesome. You
Yeah.
got to come back when it launch, or you got to come back and share that experience with us here. That would be
Absolutely.
great.
Like a walkthrough.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
absolutely.
Screenshots of the metaverse.
No, I'd love to
That'd be-
document it with you guys. That would be
Yeah,
great.
that would be so cool. That would be so cool. So now, if Nervos University have a mascot, what do you think that would be?
Oh my god. Maybe Pepe the Frog. That'd be a funny one.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be a funny one. Yeah.
One is all over the place. So, William, tell me one thing. You strike me as being like this very technical person. So, I'm really curious. How is it, or can you, or could you explain your project, like the Nervos University, to a 5-year-old kid, and make sure that he understood whatever you were trying to explain to him?
So trying to explain the university project to a 5-year-old,
5-year-old, yeah.
or trying to explain like Nervos the blockchain.
No. The university.
University?
Itself, yeah.
So it's like how I would explain it to a 5-year-old is it's like I'm Hagrid and I'm your Harry Potter and I'm coming to your house to bring you to the wizarding world of like the magic of blockchain.
That is cool. Yes.
Okay.
Magical world of blockchains. Yes.
Yeah, I want to inspire people, make them feel like all this untapped potential that they have can be applied to something greater.
Okay. So follow up on that question is like, okay, so what would be the one thing you would say is the most exciting thing that you have learned in on your path to this Nervo University personally? Can you share that? What's the one most exciting moment or things that happened to you?
The friends that I met, like the people that I hired and stuff, they're amazing. Like I consider them family at this point. They're always looking out for me, and it's a good feeling to like have a team that you can trust.
Good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's always like how we all get together, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you started off as strangers, and
Yeah.
then you develop in that relationship into something much bigger. That is
Yeah.
exciting. That is
Yeah,
exciting.
one of my
Yeah.
employees is actually like at my house right now.
Bring
just
him
visit-
on.
I think he's downstairs, but he's just
Hitting the
Yeah.
refrigerator.
no, he is cooking. He is using my oven.
That is good. That is
I had
good.
him meet my family and stuff, and it's nice like breaking through those barriers with people, like breaking bread and having
Definitely.
people meet your family. That's real stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
I agree with you. So I think that we kind of exhausted the questions for this one, Will. But we are really, really, really looking forward to see what
Product. You're
the
finished.
product exactly
Yeah.
in the upcoming weeks, months, whenever it's ready. We will be keeping an eye because we will be
Following up with you, William. Look
please
forward to
do.
that follow up.
Please
Most
do, because
definitely.
back when I started the Nervos community, my main role was just every single day I would go in there and I would type out like literal lectures about how great Nervos was.
Yeah.
So like I've been doing these digital lectures for a while now, and I'm like this should be a product. This should be something that people can like get on demand.
Yeah, I remember talking to you like a couple of years ago, because you were like one of these references in the Nervous Nation chat. Actually,
Yeah.
if people wanted to know how things worked, like in an enthusiastic way, Will was the guy
Yeah.
you wanted to talk to.
Yeah, because if I didn't know the answer, I would say I don't know the answer, and I would find the person who did know the answer, like Matt or Jordan. Like I was just a very good resource.
Yeah, cool.
That is awesome. So Well, thank you so much for coming today, and we look
Definitely.
forward to our follow up with you.
Yeah, thank you for doing this. I
Thank you,
really
thank you, thank you.